guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. My name is Heather. I'm a homeschooling mom of 3 kids, elementary, high school, and recent graduate. Today I'm going to be doing a weekly plan with me in the Myagenda. This is the 2025-2026 version. It is a new to me planner, but they are celebrating their 20th anniversary this year. And I did do a full review and walkthrough of both this planner as well as the Momagenda home office planner. So I will leave that linked in the description box for you. If you are new, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. I have been spending the past several weeks and a few more weeks after this going through all of the planners that I own, that I have purchased over the past several months or been sent by planner companies, to just see if my planner system, my Erin Condren planner system that I've been using for over a decade, is the one that I want to stick with. And today I'm going to be using this Myagenda, which is a beautiful planner. This is a bound planner. I love all of the lines in the planner. That is so helpful. The way that the Myagenda is, they do not have kids listed here the way that the Momagenda does. So this is designated as kid space, and in the Myagenda it is just blank and you can use it however you want. Now, I had planned to do the Momagenda plan with me next, but this planner is obviously quite a bit bigger than the Myagenda, and the layout is slightly different as well. And I've been looking at this and thinking this potentially could work for both personal and homeschool planning, because I'm only planning for 2 this year, and I could put Jack with 2 spaces and Lucy with 2 spaces, and I feel like I might have enough space. So I wanted to hold off on doing a plan with me in this one until closer to the start of our homeschool year, so at least my brain is more in homeschool planning mode. So this has a lot of great information up at the front, family members, important phone numbers, and it has all kinds of names listed so that you don't have to think about it, websites and passwords, medical information, birthdays and anniversaries, holidays. They have 2025, 2026, and 2027. They have mini monthly calendars, so much great stuff. The difference between this planner and this Momagenda home office planner is that all of the months are up at the front of the planner. So you have July through December, July 2025 through December 2026, and then you move into the weekly planning pages, and each weekly layout is the same. There is a My Week section. You have 4 blank boxes, and I'm kind of unsure how I'm going to use these. I do have a couple of ideas. You have space for dinner down at the bottom, and then you do have plenty of space here. There are holidays listed. Oh, one other thing is this is a Monday start calendar. So Monday in the months as well as Monday in the weeks, which is not typical, I don't think. I see a lot of mixed start calendars where the monthly calendar is a traditional Sunday start, but the weekly pages are Monday. I really like that this starts with Monday. However, it does take a little bit of time to get used to. So we are going to be planning out the week of July 14th, and it is going to be not a super busy week. When I set out to start doing these plan with me's, I knew that I wanted to do it in the summer because I don't have to plan as much in the summer. But then when I started doing the plan with me's, I realized, oh my goodness, I am not planning anything at all. There are no timed appointments. There aren't any like big events on the schedule. And so it was a little bit challenging, and it still is a little bit challenging, and that's because I am just trying these different systems. I know I had a comment a couple of weeks ago, I think, from somebody asking why I wanted to change it all, if I was just going to try and recreate my system in a different planner. And part of the reason is because I'm just looking for more functionality out of my planners. I love EC products, and they are so amazing. The paper quality is awesome. The coil is awesome. And those are 2 things that I thought that I could never change. But with that quality comes a lot of bulk, and it's not as functional as far as leaving the house or bringing my planner with me, or if we're doing something outside of the house where I need the information, it's harder to bring with me. So I'm excited to try some new things, and I'm a little unsure how it's going to be because this is a bound planner. I mean, it does stay open, but it's going to be a little bit more challenging as far as writing goes on this side, just because we're still at the start of the planner. So I think I need a notebook. So typically what I do first is I will do a brain dump. And this does have tons of notes pages in the back, which is a little bit different than most planners. You don't typically get, you know, I think this is probably like 20 pages, 25 pages of blank note space in the back. So maybe I will do my brain dump in here before I start my planning. I'm not sure I need this much space for my brain dump, to be real honest. I think this might be a little too much space, but I guess we're going to go with it anyways. And this paper is just a little bit different. It's more of like a cream than a white, but it does feel really nice. So I'm going to do my brain dump first. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put home management here, and then I'm going to put goals, and then work stuff, and then I can do dinner here, and that leaves a lot of space up here. There are 17 spaces up here, so you could do like a full day, like hourly if you wanted to, or you could potentially just use this as a to-do list. I'm kind of unsure what I'm going to do. So first I'm going to do my highlighting for my home management stuff, because at least I know what that is. That doesn't really change. Do definitely need this for writing, at least on this side. It won't always be that way, but for right now, I'm going to continue doing that. Okay, so I have Monday reset, and after how busy, well, last week wasn't necessarily busy, but my brother and sister-in-law and their family were here through Wednesday. They left Wednesday morning, and so the week felt super quick. Thursday I had my live stream and I had some other stuff going on, and then it was Friday and the weekend, and now here we are planning out next week already. It seems like last week was busy with a lot of fun things, but now I feel like this week I have a lot of catch up to do. So I want to do grocery order, food prep for the week, and I have to dust. Tuesday, budget and bills. Wednesday, the electronic screens. And it's so funny because I know I've mentioned this before. These daily things that I do, some of them are kind of automatic. Like I always pay my bills on time, and I tend to do my groceries on Monday, and I do my Monday reset on Monday. I don't necessarily have to write that down. It helps me to. But Wednesday, cleaning my electronic screens, you think that that would be automatic because I've been putting this down now for, I don't know, a year and a half, 2 years. It could be longer, to be real honest. And no, if I don't write it down, it doesn't get done. It's very strange. Some of those things that will stick in your mind, and some you just have to constantly write and check off each week because they don't stick in your mind, but that's okay. I just find it kind of funny. Thursday, spend tracking, file papers, and restock the toilet paper. Friday, sheets, floors, and bathrooms. Saturday is the transfer station. So usually when I start planning my week, I will put the weather. However, I can't put the weather up here above the date because of these mini monthly calendars. So where can I put it? I could put it down here, but that doesn't make a ton of sense. I think what I'll end up doing is putting it here. Maybe I will just put the weather on these first couple of lines because I don't have a ton of stuff going on. I mean, I guess I could just, I don't think I have enough space to do it like here. Sorry guys, part of this planning is trying to figure out what I can use from my previous system that will still carry over. I know that I cannot completely redo my planning process. That's just not realistic. I have kind of set things that I want listed out each week that I need to list out, and so I need to figure out how to get those onto the page. I do have these little stickers, these little weather stickers, so potentially I could do a little sticker to the left. I just don't have that small handwriting. So I think what I will do instead is put the weather here, just in the corner. Do I want it in the middle with the high and the low? Yeah, that's what I will do. What is the next thing? I think that what I will do is put my goals stuff. I don't really have anything that I have planned for Monday, but I do have a couple of other things. These are not very straight lines, but that's okay. This paper is really nice to write on, and there is absolutely no shadowing or bleed through. It is really nice paper to write on. So my focus is this week, because when I looked at the weather earlier today, I knew that I wanted to do trips with the kids because this is part of my adventuring goal. And because these are the 2 nice days, I wanted to do something these 2 days. This day is my live stream day, and we moved the live stream to noon during the month of July just to have a little bit more flexibility instead of our normal 2:30 Eastern time. But this is a good day for me to work on a lot of goal related stuff because we have the live stream, which is a co-working session essentially. I mean, I chat with you guys about books and goals and anything that has recently come up that I want to share, but then we work through using the Pomodoro cycle of 25 minutes of focus work followed by like a 5-ish minute break to get something done. And that is such useful time for me. I mean, the chat is always open and I'm available if people have questions or whatnot, but more often than not, I am able to also utilize that time to get some goal work done or some work. It's when I try to do my spend tracking. So, but I also want to work on passwords, perpetual calendar, and address book. I know I've shared these a couple of times already, but I got these from Passionate Penny Pincher. They were like what is it called? Like a home management trio maybe, but you can buy them individually. And but I got the package one when I purchased it because it was on sale. I don't know if they're still on sale. I'll have to look, and I will leave it linked for you in the description box. But anyways, so what it is this perpetual calendar, really, really nice perpetual calendar that has a lot more space than the little perpetual calendars that I've gotten from Erin Condren in the past. And this also has gift ideas in the back, I think. Yes, gifts for him, kids, for her, college students, anniversaries, couples, workplace, for someone who has everything, plus some notes. So I really want to fill this out. I am terrible at sending cards, birthday cards. I always buy them. I always fill them out, but then getting to the post office is almost non-existent for me. And I feel so terrible for all of my lovely nieces and nephews who put up with that from me and get gifts months later. It's terrible. So I really do want to fill this out so that and then come up with a good system. Maybe I just need to make it a priority to mail cards for the next month on my monthly reset day. That's probably something that I should add to my list of things to do on my monthly reset. Just any cards for the next month, send them out on my monthly reset day. Some people it may be early, some it may be just on time. I think I'm going to write myself a note about that actually. Sorry guys, this is what happens when I'm planning. I come up with ideas, so I need to write this down so I don't forget it. So the other ones are an address book, which I do have an address book, and I actually bought an Erin Condren address book years ago when they redid them, but I never ended up using it, and it's a little big. This one is nice and small, and I do just want to start fresh, and I thought having all 3 of these, I think they're super cute. And then the last one is a password book, and I think the last time that I mentioned this, it was around when there was like a big data breach with Apple and Google and all of that stuff. So I'm going to update everything, and I need a better system. And I think that this will be really good. I love that it's alphabetized because when I have written down passwords in the past, they've not been organized, and then trying to find it is kind of impossible. So I want to work on these this week. It's part of my July goals. So I'm putting that here. And then let's see, for work stuff this week. So I'm doing this weekly plan with me, but I'm also going to do a week of daily plans. That's typically how my plan with me's go. I will do a weekly plan with me, and then I follow that with a week of daily plans because I still use a daily planner. However, I am not really using the daily planner in conjunction with this. I'm going to do my weekly overview, and then I'm going to do my daily planning this week in the season by season daily planner. This is all one volume. She is a beast, but I like that it has kind of a weekly overview or a weekly refresh each week as well. So I'm going to also do this. You can look for that next week. It's going to be this particular week, just done into two different planning systems. Okay, so for work stuff, Monday, I will need to do my plan with me all week, but actually, let me do this first. Okay, I think first I'm going to put my videos for the week, which are Plan With Me in the Passionate Penny Pincher Home Planner. I love the Passionate Penny Pincher Home Planner. I really love all of her products. I also have some of her recipe boxes, which she's just reformatted those recently, and so they all have pictures, which I appreciate. I'm much more of a visual chef. I kind of like to look at ingredients and wing it. I'm not good at following recipes, so the pictures are very helpful. Guys, this is chatty. It's a chatty one. All right, Tuesday is organizing new homeschool materials. Wednesday, I am doing a giveaway and a video for teaching textbooks. If you have not entered that giveaway, definitely come enter it. I'm giving 3 people one level of their choice from teaching textbooks for math for the coming year. I love that program. We've been using it, I think, since 2017, and we've used it right up through pre-calculus, and I really like it. Okay, teaching textbooks, and then Friday is my reading update. See, I don't know how I want to write my work stuff because I really like the highlighter, but this stuff is already done. I don't necessarily have to do it again, and so I kind of feel like I need to designate the other stuff another way. I'm not sure. Plan with me. That's the daily. Do I want to put it every day? Okay, my home management project for the week is the fridge. So we will see if we get that done. Dinner this week, I am doing kind of like an Asian chicken and rice and veggies. And then we're going to do leftovers here. We are going to do Mexican layer dip here. We're going to do, shoot, there was one other thing. What I've been doing is I will make like a crock pot of chicken of some variety on Monday, and then we usually have 2 meals from that plus a third meal as something different, but I can't remember what it was. Maybe it was like lettuce cups, Asian, I don't know. I think that's what it was. Lettuce roll-ups, guys. Oh my goodness. Okay. And then I'm also going to do rice pudding here because we'll have leftover rice on Monday. Friday, I don't know what we're going to do on Friday or Saturday or Sunday. Well, Sunday we actually have a church picnic, and it looks like it's going to rain, but it may not. It may not rain until the evening on Sunday, so we'll see. Okay. Whew. All right. Now I have home management. I have my goal stuff in the calendar. I have my work stuff. I do have other work tasks, but I tend to write those in my daily planner or just on a list, and so I'm not going to include those here. I have an appointment at 8:30. I have grocery delivery 9, homeschool coaching, I'm not gonna have enough space at 11. I think that's all for Monday. All right, Tuesday, we are going to be gone most of the day on Tuesday and then Wednesday afternoon. But I don't know what time. I feel like I need to put my live stream up here instead of down here because I don't know if I would necessarily look down there for a timed thing. I think I still need to put it up here. Okay. Well, I've already done the highlighter, right? Live stream at 12. Friday, I have nothing going on, and that's probably good because the first 4 days of this week are quite busy. We have a church picnic after church, so I'm going to have to make something too. I don't know if we signed up for anything. All right. Is this the plan for the week? I think it might be. And I'm not going to put stickers in, I don't think, because I actually really like how this looks right now. It's pretty clean, and I don't feel like I need to put a bunch of stickers in here. I'm unsure if I really need to write labels. Maybe I will write labels here. Okay, I really, really like how this has turned out, and I do have quite a bit of space here. I'm really interested to see if I can fit all of this stuff as well as homeschool stuff in here. That'll be really interesting to see. I'm unsure. I really am unsure because there's still 17 lines here. There's just a little bit more space, I guess, between the lines, and they're a little bit wider. I probably could fit all of this stuff that I've put here up here and still have space for the kids stuff. I don't know, it's going to be interesting to see what can be done. You know, maybe I will put a few stickers on here. Let's see. These gold foil stickers look really nice on this planner. Okay guys, here is the week of July 14th. I really like how this turned out. I love the paper in this planner. It is really nice. The number of notes pages in the back is super helpful. You have 21 full pages of note space plus this half a page right here. So that is tons of space. You have future planning for 2027 with printed holidays in it. So lots and lots of space. And this is an 18-month calendar. I'm really excited about this one, guys. I like this quite a bit. It is bound. They do have a bunch of other options, size options. They have both the Mom and Myagenda in the different sizes, but I really, really like this. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this little peek into my planning. I would love to hear what you think about this Myagenda. If you use this planner, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear how you use it and what you think about it, or if you think you might want to try this for the future. I really like this separation space down here. It does give me plenty of space to put things. Plus there's still a ton of space up here for appointments as well as other to-do list items. Obviously I don't have a ton up here in this section, partly because it's summer and partly because I also do use a 2-planner system with the daily and the weekly planning, but I think that there's plenty of space in here to even come in each day and write your to-do list, and maybe you just have, you know, any timed appointments up at the top. I could obviously put the weather down here. I didn't because I just like to see it up at the top, but that is another space that the weather could go down here, and then it wouldn't take up the first 3 lines of this to-do list section up here. So thank you guys so much for watching again. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're looking for more help and encouragement around home and homeschool and goals, I would love for you to come check out my membership community. That link is always in the description box. Again, if you haven't entered my teaching textbooks giveaway, I will leave a link for that in the description box as well. So thanks guys, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.